Hi, I'm Becky from Let's Make Geek Stuff, and today I'm making Bo-Katan's chess piece from the TV show The Mandalorian. Let's get started. For my project today, I'm using 4mm EVA foam. This is a brand that you can buy at Michael's here in the United States. A similar brand is available at Hobby Lobby. This is a lower density craft foam, but I think really any density would work for this project. You also could do a thicker 6 or 8mm, depending on the look you want. I wouldn't go any thinner than 4mm though. You'll also need one large sheet of a 1mm craft foam. You'll need the pattern from my Etsy shop. I'll provide the link in the description. Contact cement. You'll need a rotary tool with a fine grit sanding barrel. You'll need a utility knife, some scissors, and a heat gun. Oh, and you're going to need a softball. I'm going to start by tracing out and cutting out the pattern pieces. On these two pieces we need one this direction and one reverse. Now I'm going to cut this out with a utility knife. I like these snap blade knives because you can always get a fresh blade. EVA dulls blades very quickly. This piece also has some of these notches that are in the middle, so don't forget, you can just cut those out and mark them. All my pieces are cut out and the notches are all marked. Because this was off of a roll of EVA foam, the pieces did kind of roll up, and so I just heated them with my heat gun and pressed them flat for a few seconds so that they would all lay flat. First step will be to glue these two pieces together, but to get the angle we want, we're going to need to bevel this piece and this piece so that it kind of fits together like that. And to do that, we're going to use our rotary tool. And we're only beveling up to here. Now we're just going to glue these together. Remember to use contact cement only in a well-ventilated area, or use a respirator. Another option could be super glue. In a pinch you could use hot glue, but hot glue is not sandable and it's pretty messy, so it's never my first choice. The contact cement is dry, so I'm going to glue these together, making sure to line up the marks the best I can. Now the other side. On this piece I'm going to do an undercut here and here. I've marked those lines on the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a V of foam about halfway deep, which is only going to be 2mm on this 4mm foam. And I'm going to cut it out right along those lines on both sides. So what that does for us is that it allows this to fold without having a seam there, like a seamless fold. Now I'm going to apply some glue to that fold and let it dry, and then I'm going to glue it like this. Just make sure it's dried all the way through before you then just glue it down. All right, here's kind of the background structure or the understructure. This will glue. This notch lines up here. This notch lines up with this notch here. And it glues just like that. Now I'm gonna glue. Okay, I didn't line that up exactly, but I'll just cut those little edges off with scissors. It's no big deal. Okay, now this will glue on, and these notches here will line up with the edges of this notch on the under sheet. So, and you'll want to do, there's going to be a little stretching and pulling of this under piece so that it will line up just like that. When doing this, I just want to make this line up with the one we already did. It's all glued together. And so now we're gonna just do a little shaping with this softball. Gonna hit this with some heat. We're gonna use the softball to give it kind of the curve shaping that's in the TV show. When editing this video, I realized somehow I had lost the footage of when I did this. So I wanna just give you an example of what happened. I took the heat gun and I applied heat to the front and the back. And then I took the ball underneath and kind of guesstimated where I kind of wanted it to be a little more curvy. I stretched and pressed down the foam like this, and I held it for maybe 10-15 seconds. You kind of want to just let it cool. And then you take the ball out. Foam is really forgiving, so you can just look at the curves you have. If you don't like them, you can heat them, you can try again, or if you want to make them a little broader, you could do several in this area to kind of get the curvature you want. Or really, you don't have to do this step at all. It just seemed to make it a little more true to what I saw in the TV show. To create kind of that beveled look on this diamond, I am going to bevel the sides of it. I'm going to just start by cutting off these corners with scissors. And then I'm going to go in with my Dremel and smooth it out. Beveling is done, and then there's this little detail piece. I'll put up a picture here so you can see it. I just cut that out of the 1mm foam, a scrap that I had, and I'll just glue that right in the middle, and then we'll glue it onto the chest piece. Just gonna lay this down really lightly till it has the placement I want, and then I'll press firmly. Final step, I'm gonna take down this line. I've already done this side just to kind of smooth it out so it looks more organic. I'm gonna heat just what I smoothed just to take out some of the burrs and stuff. Okay, that's ready for paint. And that's it. For this pattern, I would say it fits about a B or a C cup. There are instructions in the pattern on how to change the size. Also, check out my video right here on how to change the size of digital patterns. This can be maybe hot glued directly to an undersuit. If you do that though, you won't be able to wash it, so that's kind of a one wear kind of thing. If you want it more washable, you could attach maybe with Velcro to an undersuit or even magnets. Thanks for watching. This pattern is available on my Etsy shop, as well as EVA foam patterns for Mandalorian helmets, and the Owl helmet, and Bo-Katan's helmet, and Fennec Shan's helmet, and some historical helmets. Like and subscribe for more content like this. And may the force be with you.